Have you ever been told to just, live with no regrets? It's a piece of advice we hear all the time. But what if that's actually terrible advice? Today, we're going to dive into Daniel H. Pink's incredible book, The Power of Regret, and explore why this emotion we try so hard to avoid might just be the secret to building a better life. Let's get into it.
You know the vibe. You've seen it everywhere, on tattoos, t-shirts, you name it. No regrets. It's this cultural anthem, right? Made famous by singers like Edith Piaf with her legendary song Non je ne regrette rien, I regret nothing. The whole idea is to just charge forward, never looking back. But what if that philosophy, as cool as it sounds, is just completely wrong?
So yeah, let's start right there. Let's pull apart this no regrets myth. Because on the surface, it sounds amazing. But as we're about to see, it might actually be a pretty dangerous way to live your life.
And Daniel Pink, well, he does not mince words. He basically says that this whole no regrets movement isn't just some harmless positive thinking. He argues it's a denial of a huge part of what makes us human. For him, regret isn't some obstacle to happiness, it's a totally essential part of the journey.
You know, even pop culture seems to get how kind of silly this idea is. Remember the no regrets tattoo from the movie We're the Millers? It's so funny because the mistake, the misspelling, is something you'd, regret. It's this perfect little wink, admitting that a life with zero regrets probably isn't a life that's been thought about very much.
Okay, so if we're not supposed to avoid regret, then what is it really? Well, it turns out that regret is basically baked into our human software. It's not a bug in the system, it's a feature. And believe it or not, it's an incredibly useful one. And the numbers on this are just wow. Pink's research from the American Regret Project is so clear. Look at this. A whopping 82% of us look back and wish we'd done something different at least some of the time. Only a tiny, tiny fraction of people say they never feel it. So if you feel regret, you're not doing it wrong. You're just human. And we all know this feeling, don't we? It's that punch to the gut. It's when you compare the life you have right now with this imaginary, better version that could have been, if only. It's this painful kind of mental time travel, and it stings so much because we know we're the ones who made the call. Now get this, because this is where it gets really fascinating. Scientists have studied patients with damage to a specific part of the brain, the orbital frontal cortex, and guess what? They literally cannot feel regret, which means having no regrets isn't some enlightened state of mind. It's actually a sign that something's wrong neurologically. Our brains are hardwired to feel regret for a very good reason. It helps us learn and survive. So now that we have a handle on why we feel regret, let's talk about what we regret. This is where Pink's work is just brilliant. He discovered that our regrets aren't random at all. They fall into 4 main categories, and these categories tell a really deep story about what we want out of life.
First up, we have foundation regrets. These are the if only I'd been more responsible regrets. Things like not saving money or smoking or slacking off in school. They're about choices that made the ground beneath our feet a little less stable. At their core, they show us how much we crave security.
Next, we have boldness regrets. Oh man, these are the regrets of inaction. Playing it safe, not starting that business, not asking that person out, not traveling when you had the chance. These are often the regrets that stick with us the longest, and they point to our deep, fundamental need for growth and adventure.
Then there are moral regrets. And these ones, they cut deep. This is when we did something that went against our own values. Bullying someone, cheating, being unfaithful. It's when we knew what the right thing was, but we chose the low road anyway. These regrets show us how desperately we need to see ourselves as good people.
And finally, we have the single biggest category of them all, connection regrets. These are all about relationships, a friendship that drifted apart, an argument with a family member that never got fixed, not telling someone you loved them. These regrets reveal what might be the most powerful human need of all, the need for love and connection.
Okay, so understanding these 4 regrets is huge. But now for the big question. What do we do with them? The whole key is to stop just feeling bad and start using that feeling to think more clearly.
And this right here is the most important distinction we can make. It is so easy to fall into the trap of rumination. That's when you're just stuck on a hamster wheel, replaying the mistake over and over again, just wallowing. The goal is reflection. That's when you face the regret head on, you analyze it, and you pull a lesson out of it. Rumination keeps you stuck, reflection moves you forward.
So Pink gives us this super simple but powerful 3-step process to do just that. First, feel. Just acknowledge the feeling. Let it be there without beating yourself up. Second, think. Analyze it. What is this regret trying to tell me? What's the lesson here? And third, do.
Take that lesson and use it to make a better choice next time. Feel, think, do. It's a simple roadmap from pain to progress.
So as we start to bring this all together, let's totally reframe how we think about this emotion. Regret isn't some judgment from your past telling you how you failed. It's actually a signal from your present self trying to guide you toward a better future.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? When we actually learn how to work with our regrets, instead of just pushing them away, they stop being this heavy weight. They actually become this incredible force that can lift us up and make us better.
I love this idea. Think of your regrets like a photographic negative of the good life. When you hold it up to the light, this clear picture emerges of what you truly value. Your foundation regrets, they show you value stability. Your boldness regrets, they show you value growth. Moral regrets point to goodness, and connection regrets reveal your deep need for love. Your regrets aren't just showing you what you did wrong, they're showing you the way forward.
So, I'll leave you with this thought to chew on. What if you stopped running from your regrets and actually started listening to them? What if you saw them not as a sign of failure, but as your own personal compass, pointing you toward a better, more authentic life? What is your biggest regret trying to teach you right now? Thanks for digging into this with me.